Hello everybody, we're going to hose down the scorpion mech. I had such fun with the such fun with the showroom last time. We're just going to keep hosing down locations from Final Fantasy VII until they don't have any more things for me to hose down. So, let's go for it. Make sure that it hooks up alright. Should be alright. It's hard to you just have to be published by Square Enix and boom, you can make a flippin' Final Fantasy VII thing. This is actually the PC version. Some people said that thought it might have been the Switch version, but I maxed out all the settings. It should be working fine, but oh well. Continue the campaign. The Scorpion Sentinel. Resume job. Yep, okay, so it's working on Streamlabs. Lovely. Oh, continue, yes. Yeah, I'll try. Let me see if I can... You are quite safe for now. Career mode. Options. Graphics. Yeah, everything's on high. It's not I mean, like, there's no ultra settings. Texture quality's on maximum. HDR, VSync, to screen resolution, everything's there. So, I mean, like, I guess I could turn the anti-aliasing up a little bit more. That's about it, though. Oh well, I'll give it a shot. Okay. I have I have played Trails of Cold Steel Blast 6. I have not finished it though. I liked it, but I haven't been able to get through to the end yet. I still need to be able to get through to the end. Oh, I should get the music going. Let me know if it's too loud or too soft or whatever. Thought I'd get some appropriate ambience. The way to do it, and because it's a remix, it's less likely to get picked up, which I hope will be understood by everyone. Alright, things are going good. Things are going good, Andrew. I'm cleaning a giant robot mech that's staring at me in a judgmental manner. What more do you want out of life? I do like how it looks sort of low poly almost to begin with, and then when you wash it off. This is like, I just realized this is Marco rust, why it's all blue and stuff. Where's my... Come on, man, where is this? The leg gripper should be done here. Oh, it must be up top. Hup. Yeah. Climbing on the top. Always remember the top of the thing. Okay, that's the leg hinge. But I've gotten the top here. I don't know what more it wants from me in terms of the... Tell me your secrets. What more do you want from me? Maybe I'll switch to... There we go. There, that's the stuff. Yes, this is the Final Fantasy Wash DLC. I need to wash while its tail's up. It'll counterattack with its laser. The famous bit of grammar from the original Final Fantasy VII that messed up many a person. It's funny because I didn't actually fall for that. Well, for those who don't know, in the original Final Fantasy VII, what happened was there was a message that came up during this boss fight, and the messages came up as such. It says, "Cloud, be careful!" Exclamation point. "Attack while its tail's up!" Exclamation point. And then everyone goes, "Okay, attack, 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 attack." But there was actually one more after that, which was, "It's going to counterattack with its laser." But because of the way the grammar was, it's, even if you listen to the whole thing, it made it sound like, "Oh, attack while its tail's up." Attack while its tail's up, and it's going to counterattack with its laser. It made it sound like two completely separate ideas. And the problem, of course, with that is that everybody attacked while the tail was up, and it counter-attacked with its laser. But luckily, I actually was able to avoid that because I read the manual. I was one of those nerds. I always read the manual on the way home. I always looked at what the different characters were. I looked at the bestiary and all that. And at the beginning of Final Fantasy VII, they actually had a little what do you call it? At the beginning of in the Final Fantasy VII manual, they actually had a little walkthrough for the first part of the game. And because of that, they were much more specific. They said, do not attack while the tail is up. Otherwise, it will counterattack with its laser. And I'm like, oh, okay. I don't know why I trusted the manual more than the game itself, but I did, and it turned out fine. Robots are frequently judgmental. They have to make judgments all the time in their processes. Yep. I mean, I'd like to play Cold Steel on stream, but it's so long. It's one of those ones where, like, if I made it so that I only played it on stream, on stream, it would take like a year to do it. It's already taken me long enough because I like it. I like the feel. I like the story of Trails of Cold Steel, but there's just always something else. It's a backlog sickness. How do we do it? Okay, leg hinge lower should be. Aha! There you go. Right in the sweet spot there. You know, robots like this probably have a really rough time with getting bits and pieces inside. I'm surprised they're able to get it in here, considering how much grime there must be in each of the hinges and joints. I see. I need to get up there. So should I climb to there and to there, or should I bite the bullet and bring up the this thing? Let's take a look. I'm so strong. I guess I must have been in Soldier. Turn it. Ah, there we go. Gotcha. Hello from Finland. Hello. Sorry, I put on a comedy accent when I was just. I don't even know if the I don't even know the Finnish accent, so that was kind of silly of me. But yes, hello from Finland, Thomas. Oh no, I know the key for showing the dirt. Don't worry about that. At the moment, it's all dirt. I also know to look into the. Might want to give it a bit of a sniper shot from here. But we'll get there. We'll get there later. Right now, let's just kind of work on the whole thing. Oh, hello there. Ah. Please don't counterattack with your laser, sir. There you go. Now you can see me, and you can see that I'm not a threat. Enemy detected. No! I mean, why? I mean, I get the PowerWash simulator is meant to be kind of like a chill, realistic game, and that's fine. You've got an entire campaign for that. I'm just surprised there aren't a cajillion other mech washers. I mean, like a mech washing levels out there. I mean, this is Square Enix. I mean, like, obviously Square Enix don't own a lot of the rights anymore. Now that they sold a lot to get into NFTs, and I'm sure that's biting them in the butt. There we go. Easy does it. Oh, I see, it's a claw. Okay, I thought there was a weird kind of belt feeder there for a second, but no. Square Enix still has a tons. I'd love to see other Final Fantasies. Oh, cleaning Balam Garden. Cleaning the Ragnarok. Oh, baby. Cleaning Final Fantasy IX. Cleaning Final Fantasy X stuff. Cleaning Sin. Scraping the particles off of Sin. Hey, if you're available, I have a job for you in Sector 7 Undercity. How do you know about this job, Tief? No, not exactly in vogue with it. Oh, well. I know you're eager to know more about my Sentinel's myriad capabilities. Oh, it's going to talk about the laser. Easy does it. Let me hear about the laser, Heidegger. His tail is far deadlier than that of the creature it's modeled after. And its 6 tapered legs let it get straight to the point, if you will. It impales you. Okay, I'll have to get a better look at it a bit later. And for those craven foes who want to shoot the scorpion at a distance, it has Mark 98 cannons and Mark 99 launchers. Wait, doesn't that mean that the cannons are incompatible with the launchers? I mean, isn't that like saying you got a 44 caliber gun that shoots 45 caliber bullets? Must be different in this world. Oh yeah, I understand only playing Final Fantasy IX. It is the one that's kind of retroactively become like one of the best. 6 has always been regarded as kind of the default best, but 9 is kind of creeping up on it now. I do see why 9 has that really cool sort of, it's the only sort of traditional kind of European quote-unquote style, European style medieval fantasy, Final Fantasy that I was really able to get into. I mean, I know they've got like kind of mechs and pseudo sci-fi technology, but I just loved it because of the stunning variety of races, and it's just so cool. Like the fact that a guy with 4 arms can just walk around and everyone's like, oh, it's just a guy with the 4 arms. I mean, I know that he's unique, but the thing is that since people just kind of accept him, it's the fact that it's like, who even knows what different ethnicities and races are around here? There's hippo people. There's weird tongue people, and it's just kind of like, yeah, that's kind of cool because everybody's just. It's because like that's what really needs to freshen up. That's what really freshens up a good Western medieval style fantasy setting for me, is really unique and strange fantasy races. I want to see like insect races, or well, not just insect races, but like yeah, hippo races and rat races, if you will. Rat races with the best girl in them. Go Freya. Just got to get your undercarriage here, buddy. Huh. There's kind of wheels under here. That's a nice little touch. It means that if the legs are out of commission, it's still able to work as a tank. There we go. Lovely. Hello. Yeah, because I mean, I'm guessing they're using the actual models from the remake, so it's cool that they kind of thought to put the wheels at the front like that. Though it's kind of weird to see the wheel just kind of there, out the front, like I'm washing its junk. I mean, I guess I am washing its junk in the traditional sense of the term. It's still kind of an awkward placing for that big old wheel. Not as awkward as Zone of the Enders though, where you're basically where you sit in a quite awkward spot. The cockpit is well named in Zone of the Enders. Let's just say that. Okay, the rest of it should be up on top. Okay. Okay, I got distracted for a bit, but what I'm gonna do now is got distracted for a bit, but I'll do each of the tapered edges for stabbing. There we go. Lovely. What are we missing here? It's interesting. I'm not quite the sort of perfectionist, although I do like to do. It depends. Sometimes I want to be able to do them all one by one, and sometimes I just want to give the whole thing a big wash. Is it because I'm? Is it because it's not as powerful? It's like, oh, well, hold it, let's find out. Looks like it's working. Ah, there we go. Yeah! There's a certain satisfaction to that noise that is hard to replicate. And the best thing is I don't have to worry about wasting water either, because well, it's a fantasy world and they've got much more pressing things to worry about than water consumption. glad we are agreed that Freya is best girl. And yes, it is a cool spider mech. If you have not played either Final Fantasy VII or the Final Fantasy VII remake, you can well, if you have played Final Fantasy VII or the Final Fantasy VII remake, you would not have to play it long to know about this thing. Okay, come on, where are you? Must be something here. Hello? This is more the hinge, isn't it? Aha! No. Hello? Ah, there we go. No, that's still the hinge. Come on, buddy, where's your... Ah, there's the dirt. It'll be up on there. Let me grab you. Oh, okay, they've got a... I didn't notice that ladder there. They've got a ladder and a... Oh, that's lovely. They've actually got places for it. Got a ladder and a step ladder. Going up. Okay. How about... There we go. So now we've got 3 in a row. We've got them sparkling like diamonds. Now then. Well, rubies, really. But you don't want to say ruby too loudly in the presence of people who've played Final Fantasy VII. But you think we would stop there? Of course not. Why did you have to go get a sandwich, Heidegger? Why did it take you so long to continue the conversation? Let me put that over there for a second. Oh, that's nice. You can get all up into the tail there. We also outfitted it with a close-range EM field and self-repair functionality. With this bevy of features, it is nigh unstoppable. Okay. That's good for you, buddy. Don't know why they're trying to sell me on equipment. I'm just the janitor around here. Is it so that I'll report it to the boss, or... Say, hey boss, do you ever think we need a gigantic tank capable of country flattening ordnance? The boss will go, why yes, we could use that to transport our equipment for purely, and the munitions will be purely for self-defense, of course. Say, well, why not get this scorpion mech from Shinra-Tech? Alright. Aha. Come on, where are you? There's always a couple of spots there. Yoo-hoo! There you go. Oh. Tifa's theme. I actually like Tifa's theme better than Eris's theme. Eris's theme gets all the attention, but I feel like Tifa's kind of the bitter melody. Kind of like the girls themselves. Sorry, I'm a bit of a Tifa stan. I just think Tifa has more of an arc, whereas Aerith is good, and they're trying to give her more of an arc in the remakes too, which I appreciate. But yeah, Tifa has more complex motivations, and she can kick your butt. Not going to lie that on an aesthetic level, I do like biceps. Although I mentioned this on Twitter, but I feel like Eris and Tifa got their surnames mixed up in development or something, because Eris Lockhart kind of works a bit better, and then Tifa Gainsborough kind of works. Yeah, you'd think we'd have a hover stool, but at the same time, if you think about kind of the low technical diesel punk aesthetic of the setting, there actually isn't much in terms of hovering in Final Fantasy VII now that I think about it. It's all just tank treads and helicopter blades. Maybe like a propeller stool would have worked. Because yeah, the only thing that kind of hovered was Airbuster, and that was an actual hovercraft, like with the big balloon stuff. All right, think. Come on, buddy. Let me see. Big old reddish feet. Where are you? Here we go. Okay. It's called a score. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There should be 8 legs. I mean, but including the pincers. But I guess these guns count as the pincers, so I guess 8 legs technically. It's just not legs. You can't walk on. You can't walk on those guns. I will not stand for this kind of insect misrepresentation, or arachnid misrepresentation, as I should be saying. Because spiders are arachnids. I mean, like, because scorpions are arachnids like spiders. It's just that their pincers are legs. Well, are evolved legs. I guess they can't walk on their pincers either. So I'm thinking more of praying mantises. Praying mantises aren't arachnids, they're insects. They have 6 legs. It's just that 2 of those legs, which they can actually walk on, unlike scorpions. Yeah, 2 of those legs are just flippin' sweet claws that make them look like freaking centaurs. Alright, moving on. Moving through. Must be one other thing. It's always the last little bits that are annoying. It's probably up the top. That's where it usually is. Where'd I put that thing? There. Going up. No? Or is this the one that I've already beaten? Oh, I think it is. Did I ow! I think I got all of them. I need to check that. Leg gripper. It's called a leg gripper. Have I gotten all the leg grippers? Let's see. I cleaned all the wheels. That's nice. Where's the leg grippers? I cleaned all the abdomen bolts. Leg grippers. There we go. 5 of 6. I'm missing 1. Maybe it was. Oh, there it is. Okay, this one's still a bit dirty. There we go. So it's this is the one that we're talking about. Come on. Show me the ding, baby. Where's the ding? Yeah, there it is. You can get addicted to this kind of thing. Haha, spraying smart, not hard. I understand, like, the entertainment value of just kind of a spray and pray style, if you will. But I want to be able to get to some of the other ones later as well. But also, it's just more satisfying to be able to get it. All right, there's lots of stuff here. Easy does it. And also, a lot of people, not by their own fault, because I understand that you need to kind of move at a somewhat. Okay, wait. Do I need to do this part first? Have to move at a fair clip through the their Let's Plays, and they want to drive up engagement immediately. They tend to use what's the word? They tend to just dive right in without looking at the instructions. But I'm an old school gamer that reads the instructions, so I look at the. That being said, I don't think I would have known about being able to click on the individual parts to be able to see where they are. So thanks to Verdant Rage for pointing that one out to me. There we go. Oh, okay. Leg hinge lower. Should I work all the way up the leg, or should I do each of the? I'll work all the way up the leg to the ball joint. That'll work. You can do it. Hopefully we can finish this one today, because Tifa's mentioned the fact that they've got a job for us, so I'm guessing that'll be at 7th Heaven. Although at the same time, how do you clean up 7th Heaven with a power washer? From what I remember, it's mostly made of wood. That'll just make the wood warp and crack. Whereas this, however, this is the way to do it. Okay, how are we doing here? Okay, just a little bit on the inside, a little bit around the outside. There we go. Should I widen? Should probably shorten it here. Go to stubby gun, please. There we go. Lovely. It's always nice when you try something new and it instantly cleans it off. See, I think that's everything. Let's just check around the inside here. Okay, so now we'll go up to the ball joint. There we go. Easy does it. Under and through, get into all those little crevices. Yeah, people don't find the show dirt until about an hour in. I can understand not finding the rotate nozzle key though. I saw a few people get mad at Markiplier for not finding the rotate nozzle key, but I can understand not finding that. I haven't actually needed to use the rotate nozzle very much. Yeah. I mean, I guess it works pretty well here, but yeah, I've never really needed it. Ah, show dirt. Lovely. Move that through. Yes! Okay, that's one leg done. Only 5 more to go. And then we can start moving on to the chassis. I'll save the tail for last. It's moving. Is it sentient? Is it sapient? That's one thing we never really got into in Final Fantasy VII was the AI thing. I don't think it is. I think that's more of just a part of its programming. I don't think they have anything really close to AI in Final Fantasy VII. It's all just simple programming. And we hear it say, "Why? Why was I programmed to feel pain?" Didn't know I started streaming? Well, that's the thing. Yeah, well, that's one of the reasons why when everyone says when you want to, if you want to stream, the key is consistency. It's what it's what every single one of them says. It's just, it doesn't matter if you stream a lot or if you stream a little bit. Just always stream at the same time for the. Usually for the same amount of time, but usually the same time and the same day in a consistent pattern. It means people will be able to kind of work their schedules around you a bit easier. What am I missing? Oh, I'm missing a lot. Do. There we go, that's the leg guard. Not quite done with the undercarriage here. Come on, baby. This is basically, yeah, I mentioned this last time, this is basically just a Lego stream, except way less expensive. Is that all of it? Might make it a bit smaller here. Get to all these little cracks and crevices. There we go. More over here. There's a couple of little bits and pieces, but this thing really doesn't want. These hinges really don't want to be clean. I do agree with. I think it was Yahtzee who was saying, like, the one flaw to this is the fact that it makes sense that it kind of lets you finish it off once you reach a certain percentage. But it scales with each of the different pieces. So, like, if you've got a small piece, it means you have to basically get every single square atom of it for it to acknowledge it, which can be super annoying. And when you have a large piece, you can be like ready to. It's like, oh, there's that last piece. I'm ready to get that last piece, but then it finishes it off for you without even. It finishes it off for you, and you kind of feel like, oh, that was what I wanted to do. So. Maybe they should reverse it, like make it so that a larger piece is, was it a larger, lower percentage is needed for the smaller pieces and a larger percentage is needed for the bigger pieces. I mean, that seems to make sense to me, but I'm sure they playtested it. Must have been weird playtesting this game. No, it's just sound. You're meant to add your own music, which I did. I wish it had this music, but yeah. You're meant to add your own. They know. That's the thing, is that the devs really knew what kind of game they were making. They knew it was a podcast game. At least I think there's no music. I'll just double check. Yeah. Master volume. Ambience, yeah. There's a slider for music, but I guess there just isn't one for Final Fantasy. Which is weird. They got the license for the mech and the Hardy Daytona and all this other stuff. You'd think they would have gotten the license for the music as well. Come on, buddy, where are you? You're being most... You're being most difficult. Come on, where are you? Where are you? Getting the bits and pieces, but I'm just not finishing. Oh wait, always. That's one of the big rules for PowerWash. Always go to the top. Yep, this goes straight to the top. Tab it. There we go. Yeah, that's right. Down a bit. Yes. Just missing a bit. Once we get this. Yes. Okay, that's the leg. Finally. Okay, so we've got these beautiful things. That's weird. How'd I skip this one? And I didn't do the other ones. Alright. You'd think Nintendo giving the license to Cloud meant having more songs than 2, but you're wrong. That's true. That was one of the annoying things about the Final Fantasy VII thing. This isn't the Switch version, by the way. Maybe that's why they couldn't get much music, is because to create parity between all of the different versions of the games, because there is a PowerWash Switch version, so maybe just any Nintendo console has just got a really complicated relationship with Final Fantasy music. Who even knows? I must be getting so wet spraying up like this. Okay. There we go. There we go. Go for the undercarriage and then go for the overcarriage, as it were. Oh, this filthy, filthy, dirty thing. Evil, evil grime and dirt on this corporate mech used to quash, probably used to quash unions. Well, no, it's probably meant for a Wutai, just in case. You know, I don't know if Final Fantasy VII was meant to be like poking fun at the American industrial complex and the fact that they just kept building military things and putting a gigantic budget so that it's larger than any other military budget in the entire world by a factor of like 12. But even if they didn't, it's still a I guess it's more universal than we thought, this idea to just always be giving more to the military at all times. Because we need to defend our freedoms at the expense of our less fortunate. I'm not saying not to have a military budget. I'm saying that... I'm not saying that we shouldn't have a military budget. I'm saying that it shouldn't be 12 times the size of any other country in the entire world. That's kind of overkill. That's kind of... I mean, like, if that happened in a game, I'd be like, you want to take over the world, don't you? You want to invade all the other countries. Self-defense, my left foot. Sorry, this got slightly political, but only a little bit political. 0 degree nozzle would work probably for the smaller parts. Hey, in there. There we go. I think, yep, that's it. Now we've just got the ball joint. Lovely. Yeah, especially in the Might get a longer nozzle for later, but we'll... Sticking here for now. Might go for a medium nozzle at least. There we go, lovely. Okay, so I think, yes. Okay, only 2 legs left, and then we can really start working on the main stuff. That's the ideal. Yeah. Yeah, having defense and offense is fine, but yeah, there is overkill. I mean, there's like... There's carrying mace versus carrying a minigun, if you know what I mean. Oh well, you can't carry a minigun. That's a myth. I know about that one. That unless you're the Terminator, because the Terminator literally did use a minigun. But that one made sense because the Terminator is a robot with the kind of strength needed. Is that unless you're a Terminator, there really isn't a way to carry a minigun. Sorry, Heavy. While firing it, there's just too much recoil and too much strength and weight to it. Even if you have like a special harness for it, it's just too big. Ironically, given it's called a minigun. Yes, that joke's been made before, and I know it's called a minigun because it is a mini version of a... It is a mini version of a aircraft cannon, but at the same time, it was still called a minigun as a joke because it's huge. All right. Speaking of which, I'm surprised this guy doesn't have a minigun. I guess he's just got these. I guess the cannons are enough. We've received reports of gang activity in the Sector 5 Undercity, most likely Don Corneo's lackeys. Yahoo. That's nice. Why are you telling me, the janitor? Do you need me to clean up over there? I briefly considered deploying the Scorpion against them, but realized their definition of small fry. Be a waste of company resources to eliminate them. So instead, I think we will wait until there are several much more fitting target would be the eco-terrorists that go by the name Avalanche. I think even if there are only 3 of them, we should deploy this gigantic mech against them rather than send in specialists. Or even the Turks. They want to poke the bear, they'd best be ready to deal with the claws. See, that's... It's like, I know Heidegger is a German name, but I always got a Russian vibe off of him, and that bear line very much kind of cemented it a bit. Same with Hojo. I know Hojo's meant to be... I mean, Hojo's most likely meant to be kind of coded as Japanese, but I always got kind of a German vibe from him. But mind you, that's probably its own stereotype on top of everything else. The German mad scientist. Well, there we go, lovely. Yeah, at least this grime doesn't explode exploding slime creatures and piranha plant goop monsters and shock over into the touch. Oh, that's true. The problem is, since this is owned by Square Enix and they have a very iffy relationship with Nintendo, it's unlikely that we'll get a Super Mario Sunshine DLC. Be cool though, or a Zelda DLC. Though power washing like in a fantasy setting, I find it hard to see how that would work. He says as he works in Final Fantasy VII. You know what I mean, like medieval fantasy with the wood and stuff like that. I guess it could still work. Well, there we go. Yeah, I think that's the leg. Yep. Ow, ow, ow. Ah, yep, just the ball. Just need to finish the ball joint. Okay, I'm on. This is okay. Might need to use a stool for this one. Easy does it. Lovely. Okay, there's it's a little bit left on here. I think. Ah, yeah, it's on the upper corners. Might have to snipe it from another leg. Let's see, where is it? Yeah, it's on the upper corners. Let's see if I'll need to snipe it. Nope. Cool. 1 leg left. That's almost as satisfying as doing the whole thing. Not really, but it is still cool to have all the legs done. What's another like Square Enix property? Deus Ex one would be kind of cool, but they don't have quite as many iconic sort of locations, unless you hose down Adam Jensen. But I don't think you'd ask for that. Yeah, I heard that too. Just main reason why the military in America is so unbelievably inflated is mainly due to the capitalist machinations of gigantic military companies. It's very cyberpunk. Ah, cyberpunk. Get hosed down Keanu Reeves. You'd make $1 million. These are all free too. I mean, like, this DLC is free. I mean, I guess it's free advertising for the upcoming Final Fantasy VII Remake Rebirth. But at the same time, the fact that it's free is pretty cool. But yeah, the Cyberpunk 2077 DLC for PowerWash would be quite interesting. Although, one of them would probably be Adam Smasher, and I don't think people, especially after the show, I don't think people would be too keen to hose him down. There we go. Oh, left you quite dirty, didn't I? Lovely. The joints look like Mario coins. Hard for me to not notice that. I'm trying to think what else would be a really good PowerWash DLC, because the thing is, once they've opened the floodgates with these, it's just like you don't know what's going to happen next. It's like probably going to be a Marvel one where you wash down the Hulkbuster. Hey, that is Square Enix, or at least like the horrible live service Avengers. So yeah, you probably could do like the Hulkbuster or Iron Man suits. I personally wouldn't want to do that just because I'm not as... Pardon me. I don't hate Marvel movies, I'm just not a mega fan. They're alright. I like Guardians of the Galaxy and I actually like Doctor Strange quite a lot. I didn't watch Multiverse of Madness, unfortunately, but the first Doctor Strange was surprisingly good. Yeah, I know it was just Iron Man again, but it was good Iron Man again. I mean, it did Iron Man again well. They set out to be Iron Man again, and they did it with magic and really cool set pieces. And it had Mads Mikkelsen, which is never a Rob move. Oh, an X-Wing or a TIE Fighter, that would... Oh, geez, Star Trek. My goodness, you get all the nerds on board. You'd sell like 500,000 more copies if you did a Star Trek DLC for this. Hose down the flippin' Enterprise takes like 30 hours on its own, but they'll do it after it's gone through, like, I don't know. Mind you, the Star Trek ships aren't as known to get dirty, whereas the Star Wars ships, absolutely, they're gonna get dirty. Hosed. Yeah. Hose down the Death Star. Takes a full year of in-game real time. Because, like, yeah, the inside of the Death Star is modeled, at least according to those to that DK, those DK X-ray books. Did I get it? I'm not seeing any. What was it? I think it's the leg hinge upper, leg suspension, leg guard, leg hinge lower. There we go. That one's missing. There we go. It's also named well. They've got that kind of coding style names, probably because they had to code it, making sure that everything's there. Okay, we're missing. Oh, jeez. Oh, okay, this is. There's only one left on all of them. So, except for the leg ball joints, for some reason, I'm missing one there. There you are. It's nice of them to tell me which one. They could have highlighted the whole thing, but they didn't. Oh, okay. Oh, there was one more that I missed, I guess. Or maybe I just didn't. I maybe just missed the hinge on it. Well, can't be having that. What I don't get is that why this was so dirty in the first place. Was it because it wasn't? I don't think this is just from storage. See, this is another thing that kind of annoys me. It's like, this is meant to be a prequel. This is meant to be a prequel. This is meant to be before all of the before Final Fantasy VII takes place. Like, it's before Cloud. I mean, you clean up the van and the Hardy Daytona before they escape on them. But it just would have made more sense if this was all happening after the fact, because you do knock the Scorpion mech into the into a vat of Mako, and the fact that it's encrusted with Mako stuff would make sense. You do absolutely wreck the Hardy Daytona and the teal truck. So you'd think they would. So you'd think that they'd be like, hey, these got stolen and busted. Could you please clean them up, please? All right, there's the ball joint. Lovely. Just need to get this other stuff. I'm guessing I need to go on the top. It's always it seems to always be the way to go. There we go. Aha! Be gone, foul Mako! Ha 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 ha. It's not like the planet needs you or anything. Alright. Is it? Yeah. I think that's all of them. Legs, legs. Okay, so we got one ball joint missing. That's literally it, as well as the leg wells, but that's a different Fettle of Kish. Yeah, how did this thing get dirty? Oh, hosing down droids would be good. I mean, like Anthony Daniels, it never turns down a paycheck ever, so I'm sure you could get him to say humorous statements while you hose him down. That's a skid plate, which makes sense because it's kind of a tank. But no, I want to get the last ball joint. Where was that? Fine. I wanted to see if I could find it myself, but we are on a bit of a timer here. There you are. What are we missing here? Maybe on this side? No, it's probably on top. I'll bring it over. Ah, not you! Thank you. Leave you over there for now. Aha. In and through the little bits and bobs. There we go. Yaha! That's all the legs! Hot dang! Finally, we'll leave the tail for last. What we'll do is, or maybe this little eyepiece for last. Let's go for the under chassis right now. There's just a few things here to do. Undercarriage. See, this looks just more like a kit bash. I appreciate. Oh, thanks for the super chat, Crocommancer. Begone, foul Mako. Legend of Korra fans. Yeah, it's true. It's funny how Mako kind of became like this. It's funny how Mako kind of became this sort of catch-all term, a catch-all fantasy term, like Mithril or Crystal or something like that. Although Crystal's not really a term, but yeah, stuff like Mithril. I don't like how this thing says. That wasn't. Lenny Face says, Chat says, I really don't like the thing is still on while being clean. I know it's fantasy tech, but water getting all over electronics isn't that great. Well, I guess it kind of suits Shinra, as it were. Workers' rights? Workers' rights. Workers with souls. But yeah. But yeah. Final Fantasy VII is a lot of things, but subtle is not one of them, at least with the environmental messages. Got the field generator. Just gotta clean your butt. Yeah, looking good. Yahoo, fan belt. Oh, it's a fan belt. Where's the fan? Oh, I see, there's the belt. Kind of weird having it on the outside there. Seems a little odd. Anything else? Alright, there we go. That must be the thing with the okay, that's more about being on top, so I'll leave that in just a sec. Leave that for now. Just make sure I've got as much as I can from below. Especially inside here, that's how they get you. Is with inside the little nooks and crannies. Yeah! Field generator wall. Field generator hood. Field generator pipe. Field generators away. Okay. Okay, I'll just quickly do under the tail here. Feels like I'm hosing down an animal. It's just like, yeah, gotta get your butt. In New Zealand, I hate to be part of the stereotype. Mind you, that's not as much of a stereotype anymore. New Zealand used to just be known for sheep before Lord of the Rings came along. Now we're known for Lord of the Rings. But yeah, when it comes to shepherding and farming sheep, that you have to, because they've evolved to have a bit too much wool because of how much we've been selectively breeding them. So what happens is that they have too much wool on their butt. So what you need to do is, well, you need to shear them a lot as well. But if it takes too long, they can get what's known as fly strike, which is a really nasty thing. I'll tell you about it in a second. Is that because of the wool on their backside, they get lots of poop stuck there, which is annoying for when you want to sell the wool for obvious reasons. But there we go. But that's usually easily cleaned. But what's annoying is if that kind of dried poop stays on the backside for too long, then you get flies coming in and setting up maggots and stuff like that, and it can really mess up a sheep, as you can probably well imagine. Oh, it does have a turret. It's not really a minigun, but yeah. So what you need to do is that when you're washing sheep or you're making sure that you're maintaining a sheep properly, you need to make sure that their backside especially is well trimmed. This feels like I'm doing that with the spider turret. You are not spraying water directly onto a generator. Of course I am. It's Marco. It's not electricity. Marco's got no problem with water. Marco basically is water. I mean, it's not even throwing up steam. It must not even be hot. Marco is clean and clean energy with no downsides whatsoever. Okay. Aha! I see you there. You thought you could get away from me? Aha. That's funny because in some places it's kind of like the same kind of dopamine injection you get from like sniping a really tricky enemy, but you get it for like washing things. I do feel like we kind of missed a trick for like making violence like the only solution in games. Don't get me wrong, I love violent video games. Doom's one of my Doom 2016 is one of my favorites, and I love Wolfenstein as well. I love violent games, but it seems like we missed a trick making it so that was just solely what games conflict was meant to be, because there's always such interesting variety. It's like kind of saying that animation should only be for kids. It's like sort of video games should only be about violence. It's just so reductive, and it prevents you from from seeing all these really cool and interesting new ways of doing it. Luckily, that seems to be going out of style now with sort of stuff like Wholesome games and farming games, for Pete's sake. Everyone remembers that Nintendo Direct where everyone's like, why is this a farming simulator one? I think it's more like it's really being popular in Japan. Just washing under your armpits here. It's probably just really taking off in Japan. And like those kind of sim games are always kind of popular in Japan, like the train simulators in particular were always really popular. So it makes sense that farming sims would take off over there as well. But yeah, like, I mean, even games about violence that don't involve violence, like not the Battle for the Obra Dinn, the Secret of the Obra Dinn, which is a detective game with some utterly bonkers gore and lore galore. But you yourself don't use any violence whatsoever. It's a neat and interesting way to do things. It's fresh. There'll always be a place for violence in video games, just like there'll always be a place for violence in board games, say. Or, well, I mean, like, simulated violence in board games. But it's just you shouldn't restrict yourself. Let's see. And let's see. Yeah, exactly. Fallout is, I mean, like, Fallout, I think I can't remember if, like, can't remember how much of Fallout you can complete without violence at all. I know in 4 it's like nearly impossible without like glitches and console commands, but yeah. I know that there's been some runs, but yeah, it's very much not the way. They didn't seem to really make allowances for it. You have to try really hard and work against the game to do it. Just like in real life? No, because in real life you don't come across violence around every corner. No. Although at the same time, I know that this is a new post-apocalyptic world where everything is violent, but I'm like, really? I think I've seen a lot of like disaster efforts and stuff like that. A lot of the times people really do want to help each other. I mean, sure, there are jerks and stuff who want to take advantage of the situation by looting and so forth, but it seems like there's a much more even mix of good people to bad people in a disaster situation than people might think. I'd even go so far as to say it would probably be a higher ratio of good people to bad people. It's just, of course, bad people get more attention because they do bad things, and people go, "Oh dear, that's a bad thing. We should not do that bad thing." Whereas if people are doing a good thing, you just say, "Oh, a good thing. Carry on." Oh, thanks for the super chat. They say there are a ton of serious adult animations like Arcane and Invincible or 1992 Batman or that are banned outside the US, like 1993's Universal Exo Squad. Yeah, exactly. It's like animation. It's like when people say, you know, oh, animation should only be for kids. It's just so reductive. Animation is a medium where you can do nearly anything. I might switch to a. I mean, some people go so far as to say you could literally do anything in animation. So why must you always restrict it to kids? And I know I'm preaching to the choir here. I know that most of you guys are animation fans because of my previous series, but that's the thing. It's like it's similar for violence in video games. You know, people are like, oh, how can you make a fun video game that doesn't use violence? It's kind of using the same kind of ignorance as saying, oh, how can you possibly make an animated TV show that isn't catered towards kids? It's just what animation is for. It's like, it's just what makes animation interesting, is the stuff that appeals to kids, and it's just the weird grown-ups that like it. It's like, no, that's not the case. Animation is a cool medium that can be used for amazing things. And you're the one reducing it to something else by saying the things that it can and can't be. So yeah, kind of like that with video games as well. Saying that they should always be about violence, or should always be tricky. Alright. What am I missing here? Okay, there's a few more undercarriage things over here. I might cut this down to long extension rather than mega long. Cut it down a wee bit. There we go. I haven't heard a ding in a while. I need my ding. Easy, easy. That's good. Yeah, this is basically just just Super Mario Sunshine gritty reboot edition. Well, just laser focused Super Mario Sunshine, if you will. Ah, dang it, fell down. Ah, I was at a good spot where I was able to see that. Come on, there. Well, that'll do. Yep, good. Lovely. I did not think this would take as long as it did, but I guess there's lots of nooks and crannies. Wee, 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 wee. Let me get into your armpit there, buddy. Now we'll do the tail last. Islands, yay! Wait, if that's the islands, then what's this? Oh, it's a scanner. Okay. Face plate. What face? I guess it's a face kind of like some of those Transformers with one eye. The headlights, got to be able to see. Wait, it's got a scanner. Why does it need headlights? It's got a scanner. Why does it need an eye? Oh, well. Yeah, I kept hearing that Exo Squad was pretty good, but yeah, it didn't come out outside the US. Although there are some things that never came to New Zealand that I was able to enjoy eventually, like Mystery Science Theater 3000. That never came to New Zealand, but I heard about it from lots of people online. I think that was the first thing I ever torrented, actually, was a Mystery Science Theater 3000 episode. It was Zombie Nightmare. It was a good one to start off with because, like, it didn't have too many, like, it wasn't part of any of the storylines for the Satellite of Love, and it was later on, so it didn't have kind of the rough edges of the early seasons. But was it? And though I like Joel, I've always found Mike a bit more funny, or at least at the very least, I've liked Mike's delivery a bit more than Joel's. That's just me. Joel seems just a little too dry, whereas Mike's got a bit of enthusiasm for it. Exo Squad might have gotten in UK? Okay. That's... Exo Squad sound... I mean, like, the title itself sounds like, it's like if an executive said to I keep hearing these animes are good, just make an anime, run it through a name generator. Exo Squad, yeah, that's it. I know it was way more than that, but... Because a lot of the times back then, it's like, even if they were making advertainment, as it were, they were still, like, perspiring writers. I'm sure they were perspiring as well. Aspiring writers as well. We're trying to get their work out there, ensure that they could do good work, even with no matter the subject matter. It's like J. Michael Straczynski on Ghostbusters, or other things. I imagine Reeve fed you some feel-good tripe about his plans for the future, didn't he? Future. Pah! There will be no future. I will blow it up with my cannon. Come on, where are you? He sees the world through rose-colored glasses, but then he realizes that lenses are coated with the blood of our adversaries. After all, our company... Oh, Jesus. My goodness. I've heard of like a... Well, not a beer market, but I've heard of hawks and doves, but this guy's a full-on flippin' vulture. I just want us to kill people. I just can't stop killing. If we kill people, the world will get better. What, you mean because there won't be as many bad people? No, no. You just gotta keep killing people. It's so fun. And then when you keep killing people, there's not as many bad people, there's not as many good people. There's more room for you and me. Maybe not you. Much longer. We live in a mortaltocracy. Mortocracy, that's it. Mortocracy. People receive promotions based on how many deaths they cause. It's a very low population, but man, those populations are fighters, are the best fighters. Mortocracy. I need to remember that for like a fantasy novel or something. A mortocracy where like it's run by necromancy or something like that. Or like it's a small town where in order to become a citizen you need to kill someone else. Or like the sort of extreme libertarian utopia where it's just like, yeah, you can kill who you want. It's your fault if you get killed. We're not going to stop you. Well, I mean, we're going to try to stop you from killing us, but if you kill us, that's on us. That's like the most extreme libertarian fantasy right there. Suddenly I'm the heavy from Team Fortress 2. I don't think he'd be so pro-killing. He seems like a nice guy. Yes, there's a Final Fantasy VII version of this game. It is a free DLC. It has been published by... it's been published by... a free DLC. It was published by Square Enix, so they were able to use the license. Everyone, I'm just waiting to get to Seventh Heaven. Ooh, lovely. Just waiting to get to Seventh Heaven so that I can polish the Buster Sword, because yes, you do eventually get to do that. Okay, we must be getting pretty close here. It's looking lovely. I love the red coating. Oh, I haven't heard of I'm Not Kidding Agent. Matthew McConaughey's always quality, so maybe I could give it a shot. I keep calling him Matthew McConaughey when it really should be Matthew McConaughey, because that's how it was said back in the day. Okay, I'm definitely gonna have to go on top now. I've been putting it off too long. Ugh, look at that. Filth! Filth! Must remove the filth! Basically ancient Sparta. Not quite. You couldn't just kill anybody in ancient Sparta. There were still rules against who you could kill and who you couldn't. But yeah, in terms of Heidegger's philosophy, then yeah, that is basically Sparta. Yeah, the purge, but all day, every day. Why should we make a law on killing? It's your fault if you get killed. Just kill all you want. But yeah. Take that out of context. Clip that. Cancel me. Yes. Polish my Buster Sword can only be typed in quotes, yes. Oh, the music stopped, right. Okay, hold on. I'll restart it. Yep. Lovely. Back to it. Come on, I want to finish this so that we can have one stage per stream. I've got about half an hour left. That should be enough. got his cute little scanner lens. Okay, I should probably switch to Stuffy Gun. There we go. Nice and easy. Ah, beautiful. I love it when you switch to something else and it makes it go by a lot faster. Yes! Alright. There we go. So this already feels a bit like I'm watching the Ragnarok. Come on. Well, I guess the reason why they could do this, and they probably won't do the other Final Fantasies, more's the pity, is because they probably are actually using the real models, or at least from Final Fantasy Remake. If that's the case, they could do a Final Fantasy a Final Fantasy 15 DLC where you hose down the regalia and the boys. Hosing down the boys. Turns out they're actually they're actually wearing really colourful clothing the whole time. They just don't know how to shower because they're too rich. Lovely. Must be getting close on this chassis here. Yes, it. Oh, yeah. Let's go up here. I've got a really good angle on it. Here we go. Lovely. Then I'll do the other angle from the other way. Oh, I see. They've all the different segments of the tail. Okay, that works. Abdomen casing, tail casing. Oh no, it isn't the different segments. It's just the casings and the things. Easy does it. And then on the other side, it'll be a bit easier. Perfect. There we go. I think Final Fantasy VII was the first time that the prelude was given that kind of melody to it, because before it was just the whereas this one actually added a melody to it, and I think they kept that for all the other ones, even in like even the later ones like Final Fantasy XIV or Dissidia, they used this melody. Hosing down the boys, yep. That makes sense. Okay, we're getting there. Okay, yep, the antenna has been washed. I'm surprised this isn't a way more popular game, considering the absolutely insane amount of double entendres that are possible with it. I mean, that's basically all streamers do, is play games and make double entendres, right? That's how it works. There's a claw. I wouldn't call it a claw, it's more of a gun. Side cannons exhaust, yes please. Hose down the exhaust. Nice. Oh, that's so satisfying. Yeah. Ow. Come on. Yes, thank you. Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I'll go around. I need to go around the back for those ones. That makes sense. Hey look, there's the Shinra building. You up in there, Heidegger? Hi! No, I imagine Heidegger would want to get on the ground level. Well, no, he doesn't like people, but he does like weapons. If he wants to see the weapons, he has to get down to ground level. Claws. Claws. Okay. We mustn't be too long here, because then after that, I just really want to get this one done for this stream. Can't be too much longer. Yes, it's a nice one. Swivel joint. Get a bit closer, I'd say. I am violating so much OSHA right now. I have no scaffolding. Gotta get in the crannies there. Just not getting the crannies. Ah! Do you mind, good sir? I am trying to fix you. There we go, lovely. Stop poking me with your tail. Stop poking me with your tail. I guess that's what it would have been like to hose down dinosaurs back in the day, if people were there. Stop poking me with your thagomizer. That's literally what the spiky bit on the end of a stegosaurus's tail is called the Thegamizer, but it was named that after a Fireside comic. Look it up, it's quite funny. Come on, there we go. There we go. Wait, raise arm? No way! Can I do that with this thing? Oh. It's just with the arms. There's a couple of little inside spots here. Why won't this get clean? Clean, dang it. Can actually control them, that's so cool. Oh. Yep, just lift up your arm there, let me get under, Okay. Okay, I think that's everything on this side. Let's look around the other side. Hello? Aha! Can I please get this head thing? The scanner. It looks like a head, but it's actually the scanner. Come on, where are you? Come on. Let me see it. Aha! Always look underneath. Usually you have to look above. Hey! There's the antenna at least. Like. You see it? There. Yeah. Come on. Hey! Cheeky. Stop moving about so much. I will get you undercoated. Come on. This is still... Yeah, this is still a stubby gun, so... How am I going to get that last little bit? Unless I did just get it. Yeah, there is just kind of a tiny little bit there. Oh. You have no scaffolding. The machinery is on while cleaning. And don't get me started on how slippery the thing is now that it's clean. It's true. It's so slippery. Oh, wait. I missed you. Come on. Hey. Come now. Yes! Finally! Thank you, Scanner. Finally. Oh, that was horrible. Okay. I mean, there is scaffolding. It's right there. Ah, I'm carrying the scaffolding. Help! Help. I didn't mean to do this. Ah! I'm stuck carrying a scaffolding. Okay, there we go. Finally. Ooh, that's actually a good angle on the tail. Okay, I gotta try that. Whee! Okay, let's go for... Hopefully it doesn't need to be that long, but we'll take a look. Nice. There we go. Lovely. Up and down. Ah, so close. Just a little more. Little more. Yes, there we go. Yeah. Now we're cooking. Ah, gotta get that. Ah, well, I'll have to shift this over there at some point. There we go. Still works. Right, now I gotta go over on that side. Then I have to somehow climb to the top. Oh wait, I've got the... I can still go up one more flight of stairs. I'll have to jump on, which is kind of freaking sweet. Not gonna lie. Okay, we'll go over to the other side. I'll bring it a bit closer. Then jump up. That'll work. It's so clean and fresh. Oh, I'll go up one more thing. Oh yeah, viscera cleanup detail. I remember that. That was basically the first of the kind of interesting interesting cleaning things. It's one of those small indies. Maybe I should do that one next. After this, yeah, Viscera cleanup detail was really good because it also kind of made you wonder about those poor people that have to clean up after those sort of big sci-fi disasters. Yes! Tail casing! Okay, so next... Luckily I'm wearing Chell's weird gravity boot things that make it so that you don't die. There we go. Alright, so... I'm seeing a few there. It's weird. That should have gone off by now. Ooh. Undercoating. Yeah. Take a look at that. Must be... Yes! Okay. Okay, half an hour. I should be able to get this done by the end of stream. I can get this done in half an hour. Easy. Okay, let's go up to the top. I know I said I'd save the tail for last, but... I just wanted to make sure that I got everything now. Yeah, there we go. Just while I was... I'll have to... I can't really shunk that over. I can try. Alright. Nice. Would be better if I was able to get up on that thing. But should I? Should I really? There's the laser tail base. It's the head casing. Okay, it's really hard to get anything here. Alright, here goes nothing. Come on, baby. Yeah! I did it! Yeah! Screw you, OSHA. Screw you, health and safety. I am a man. A man of... a man with a death wish. Alright. That's one. Yeah. Oh, come on. Nothing on this side. Come on. It's probably from underneath. I'll look at that later. Yaha! Tail base. Tail claw. Tail claw. Aha. Get back over there. There we go. Easy. Where are you? There we go. Must be some more underneath the laser there. Just out on a spike here. Just slowly moving up and down and up and down. Hooray! Tail laser is clean. Oh, I forgot about you, Mr. Tail Laser. It's okay. I didn't mind that happening. Aha! Yes, there's that tail casing. Yeah, there we go. There's the bellows there too. I believe that's everything. Okay, well, I'll look for it later, but at the moment we've still got a fair amount of gun placement to do. Oh, let's see. Thank you so much for getting this for the super chat. Cried at the end of Arcane episode 3. Oh, I can't remember episode 3. I might have. Much to my eternal shame, I have not finished Arcane yet. I've been so busy. It's been tricky to be able to know what things to go for. But I have seen like the first couple of episodes, I believe. So maybe I'm just about to get to the horrible crying teary part. All I know is that anybody who knows anything about League of Legends knows what exactly is going to happen to Powder, and that's going to be sad. I admire Arcane tremendously, and I will finish it at some point. It's just, oh, yeah. I just love... If I will thank any animated movie in the last decade the most, it would probably be Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, because it did so much for opening up the field for different kinds of animation. Because it used to be, it's just like, oh, make the animation make it look like the real thing, because that's what animation's meant to do, right? Make us think of live action. Oh, you're meant to, yeah, you're meant to stylize it. It makes things look so much cooler. And it's like, I'm not saying that they did Arcane because they saw Into the Spider-Verse do it, but because Into the Spider-Verse do it, they were probably able to pitch it to the bigwigs without the bigwigs bulking at it. Okay, so doing good right now. We're just missing a few little bits and bobs. That's good. Okay, I know we're probably missing a lot here. Aha! There we go, that's nice. Some more in there. Oh, the casing is done! What about you, Mr. Casey Kasem? Voice actor for the original Shaggy. Thank you. Whee! Wah! Did you know that, was it Shaggy's real name, Norville, actually, Shaggy's real name, Norville, wasn't introduced until a pup named Scooby-Doo. It was the writer for a pup named Scooby-Doo that actually came up with Shaggy's real name. It's quite funny. Let's see. Ah, Disney's finally doing the next, Disney's finally going to do the watercolor-based one. They wanted to do Moana in the style of Paperman, the short that they did a while back, but the technology wasn't there, so I guess the technology must be getting there now. Aha! I'll add a bit of length here. There we go. I wish they had like a an extension. Wish they had an extension for the power washer, because at the moment they've got like the long extension, the extra long extension. They should have the Masamune extension, where it's like Sephiroth's sword, only a gigantic sprayer. Honestly, with the amount of effort that they did put in, I'm surprised they didn't do something like that. And get a Buster Sword extension that's extra wide. There we go. Oh, come on. There we go. Come on. Ugh. Have to lean in with the optical zoom, which is moving your head closer to the screen. That's one, nice. Come on! What am I missing here? Thank you. Something, that's the barrel vent. Probably need to do the barrel vent on the other side. Come on, baby. Light my fire. Well, don't. I've just been trying to get all the fire stuff out of here. Douse my fire, thank you. Hey, Carly, how you doing? Let's see. Let's see. Velma's always got a special place in the was it there? And she, yeah, Velma is pretty cool. Not the show. I meant the character. The character is cool. It's a shame about that show because I like the idea of it. Well, I like the idea of like a more grown-up. Was it a more adult Scooby-Doo? I like the I really like the character designs. I still like all the character designs. I think they look really cool and clean. It's just a shame that they had those writers. I think Velma had a ton of potential. They just squandered it. Soiled it. Soiled it. Nice. Okay, so clean, 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 clean. Clean, clean, clean. Oh, not too far off everything, actually. Okay, the skid plates, I know what those are, so I can get those. What's wrong with them? Look fine to me. Is there another skid plate that I'm missing? Okay, I guess I'll have to ask. Yo, where are your skid plates at? Oh wait, that's the head casing. Okay, where's that? Okay. Not seeing anywhere in there. We're so close, and yet so far. Come on. Must be on the inside. I must need cleaning up on the inside. Come on. Oh wait, there's a bit over there. Yes, gotcha. Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember that in the Tarkovsky Clone Wars. There was a Jedi named Shaggy, because he looked like Shaggy. Wonder if his real name was Noville. Noville Roger. Trick or Treat Scooby-Doo is also pretty good. Yeah. Was it yeah. What everyone's I haven't seen Velma because I don't want to give it what it wants, but from what I've heard, it's basically the same problem that the Boys comic book series had, is that it was just trying to be edgy for the sake of being edgy. It was just trying to be, it's like, hey, it's super dark, ha ha ha, we're making fun of everybody, ha 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 ha. But was it, we're making fun of everybody and alienating everybody, but they just kind of, they took it just that ounce over the line that kind of stopped it from being endearing or anything like that. I mean, even flippin' South Park had some sweet moments. I mean, like, they were very, very rare, very, very rare, but they existed. Whereas, yeah, it just seemed like it was cynicism all the way down with Velma. Which is a shame, because like I said, I love the character designs, and I like the potential of it too. Mind you, Mystery Inc. was also kind of a more serious and supernatural mystery, so who even knows? Mind you, there's always, you know, there's a two cakes meme. You're not gonna there's a two cakes meme. They did classic style Scooby-Doo twice, and that was fine. Yeah, watched. Yeah, there's quite a good video recently by a guy called Pointless Hub. He does a really good breakdown of how, like, the Boys TV show is actually way better than the comic, which is nice. You don't often see adaptations that surpass the original, but it's nice that that's the case. Because basically, yeah, the Boys' original comic is basically what everyone complained about Velma for, which, yeah. Maybe it just got to enough edgelords that it still became popular. There we go. Well, comics are a bit more of an edgelord haven than animation, although not by much. Wait, what was I looking for? I was looking for the shoulders. One of two. Okay. I'm not seeing the glow. Oh, there you are. Where's the glow? Thank you. Glow. Wonder if I move it, it'll. No, that doesn't move this at all. It's like playing with a gigantic action figure. Mind you, that's what mechs really are. Come on. Must be on the upper parts. I'll have to climb up. Where's that ladder? There we go. Perfect. There you are. You're stuck in the little. It's always in the tiny nooks and crannies. There we go. Shoulder. We can't be too much longer here. Okay, so we've got the claw wrists, the the actual cannons themselves. So we need to get the claw wrists is the main thing, and the other barrel vents and rear exhausts. Okay, so where's that claw wrist? There you go. There it is. This is the other one. I'd never say that I was a clawist. I love all claws of every type imaginable. Well, there's the cannon done. Where's the claw? Yoo-hoo! Claw wrist. Where are you, Mr. Claw wrist? Maybe it's in the other one. You there. Show me your gunk. There. I feel like I should have gotten it there. Well, there's the cannons done. Where's the wrists though? It's all in the wrist. Okay, so it is that one. There you go. No longer is it all in the wrist. We are so close. We've just got 2 things left. Got the cannon barrel vents and the cannon rear exhausts. Okay. Okay, so the rear exhausts are over here. Aha! I'll switch to super long. Climb up, see what we can get. Maybe I should just... don't... What was the... Let's go for short extension. I see it's really in the nitty-gritty here. There we go. Bits and pieces. Lovely. Come on, we're so close. Give me a break here. Ah man, I'd love to do a Mirror's Edge themed DLC. That would be amazing. Yeah, that's true. Maybe it's like that. That Velma was kind of was trying to be like Harley Quinn. It's because I forgot that because I actually forgot about Harley Quinn, and that was actually really well received. And that was also a very similar thing. It was a kids property trying to be serious, in a kind of adult comedy sort of way, and they succeeded in doing that. And it's just I guess the people looked at all the wrong things in Harley Quinn and just kind of attached it to Velma. I just like how it's united everyone across the aisle. Everyone hates it. The right hates it, the left hates it. Everyone thought as Man Carrying Things said, everyone thought it was going to be one of the Star Wars movies, but nope, it's Velma. Well, most people don't like Rise of Skywalker though, but I've heard people say like there's good bits of it. Oh come on, I thought I gotcha. I'll try one more. Nope, 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 nope. I'm gonna have to get in real close, aren't I? Okay, so let's see where the last barrel vent is. Aha. Okay, that's good. Maybe I'm just on the wrong side here. Might have gotten mixed up. The last thing, the rear exhaust. Yep, okay, it is this one. This is the absolute very last. We just gotta get this and we'll have cleaned off the entire mech. We'll really be able to see everything too. Hey, none of that. Get back up there. Okay, I'm not seeing anything on this side. Let's try just soaking it a bit. Yes! Complete! This is. I like how I can split this. This super chatted again. Like how this story, they split this story up in 3 sections each, which is something that Exo Squad actually did. Oh, okay. It's one of those kind of like had the beginning, middle, and end planned out in advance. And I know you can't do that with a lot of animated shows, but it's really nice when they do it. Problem is, I also understand why they put. The thing is I know it's annoying to put cliffhangers at the end of so many different seasons of TV, but the problem is that you have to weigh up the fact that, like, yes, there's the artistic element, but there's also the fact that a season of television is a steady paycheck for a lot of people. So, like, if you can imagine, like, a good, like, 20, 30 people just getting a steady paycheck, but once the season's over, then they have to start frantically job searching again. I mean, if you care about your employees, it's kind of good to be able to try and keep the series going as much as possible. The problem is that leads into long running syndrome and seasonal rot. It makes it hard to tell a full story. I think that's where spin-offs come in handy, or backdoor pilots and stuff like that, so that way you can move on to something else, to another story. Look at that. Oh, it's beautiful. Clean the whole thing top to bottom. It's wonderful. Look at that. I like how they don't put the scaffold. They don't show the scaffolding, so it just looks like I'm floating in the air. So cool. Oh, how did they get everything else so right, but they got Heidegger's laugh so wrong? It's not ha ha ha. It's gya ha ha ha. It's like a One Piece laugh. Both he and Scarlet had their own weird ones. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Sorry. As I suspected, not even a fleck of paint was out of place. I couldn't have asked for a better condition in which to present this to Hojo. Perhaps that smug hack needs to spend more time ensuring his specimen's combat capabilities and less turning them into macabre monstrosities. Did I say that? You've signed a non-disclosure agreement. Either way, I shall relish the look on his face when I break the news. Seventh Heaven, hot dang! My gosh, what happened to it? Let's see. Alright. Alright, so Tifa Lockhart. We've been having lots of trouble with Don Corneo and his grunts for a while, but last night I took it to a whole other level. They stormed into 7 Heaven unapproached, ordered the entire menu twice over, proceeded to spill it on every possible surface. Then I would have beaten the snot out of every one of those thugs right then and there, but then we'd have a lot more trouble on our hands than a few small-time gangsters. Anyway, my friend's daughter Marlene has been hanging out here a lot, so I want the place squeaky clean for her. So I'll let's see. I do it myself, but it's almost a 0 hour on a job that I've got over in Sector 1. Oh, reference! So I need the speed of a pro. I'd really appreciate if you get the bar looking good as new. This doesn't look like they spilled food everywhere. It looks like they burned the thing to the crisp. Oh, thanks so much for the super chat, Krokomatsu. I want to say thank you for just put my first bit of prose manuscript in for professional editing. Oh, thanks, really good, thanks. Oh man, I really want to be able to get my own fiction up and running, but it needs to be a side thing for now. I guess watch this space, but we'll see how it goes. My gosh, this does not look like it was covered from. This does not look like a wild night of partying. This looks like arson. Ah, nice. That's cool though. Look, did Barrett leave his arm out and they just kind of did it over there? Hey, that's not right. Look, there it is. There it is. Oh, that's the Buster Sword. That's the Buster Sword. That's amazing. But I don't know why the Buster Sword is there, because we first meet Cloud. Oh, maybe he's like sleeping in the apartment. All right. Okay, well, thank you guys. We will start this next time. Thank you so much for joining in. I will see you when we start again. It was fun, and I'm definitely going to finish this off next time. Well, not next time. I'm going to do Freaky Fridays,